Hi everyone! We have already started learning about index, but there's still more to go. Today we will learn about how to use tuples in lists with index. Let's get started! So over here, as you can see, there's a small program. And in the first line, I've written A is equal to 1, 2, 3. So it's obviously a tuple. Then in the second line, I'm printing a dot index in brackets 1. In the third line, I'm writing index is equal to a in big brackets 2. And in the fourth line, I'm writing print index. So I'm printing index. So let's see what happens. So in the second line, you can see that I've written print a dot index in brackets 1. That means it's going to tell me the position of 1. So let's see what happens when I run it. So it's going to print 0 and 3. It's going to print 0 because 0 is a position of 1. So 1 over here, and then the position of 1 is 0. So basically, like, I've written index a dot index 1. So I'm talking about the same one that's over here. And then because index means what position, and the position of 1 is 0, it's writing 0. And in the second line, you already know what happens. So in big brackets, I've written 2, and that basically means that I'm asking the program that on position 2, what's the number? So the number on position 2 is 3, because it starts from 0, so 0, 1, 2. So basically it's one number behind. So let's take another example. Well, this will also work for lists, but you're not introduced to lists. But we can try using it as a list. Like if I just do list, if I change this to a list, so I can just change this to big brackets. There. Then if I run this, it's going to do the same thing because it works for a list as well as a tuple. But then but let's see what happens if I put a position or value that's not over there. Like A has three numbers, almost like 2 because of the program. But like if I change this to 4, obviously there's no 4 over here. It's going to throw an error because 4 is not in list. Sorry, I'll change it back to a tuple because you understand tuples. So a tuple. Yeah. So if I run it again, yeah. So over here you can see tuple.index and x. That's the syntax of the function index. So this is the syntax of the function index. And it says that x is not in the tuple. So x is basically 4. So over here you can see that a is the tuple. Then index, you can already see that index is index. And then in the brackets, 4 is x. So then you can see that x is not in tuple, and it's saying that 4 is not in a tuple because like there is no number 4 over here. But if I put a comma 4, then the error should be fixed. Yeah, the error is fixed because, well, there is a number 4 over here, obviously. So yeah, that was about so I just wanted to show you the error that could come up like that. So over here now you can see that there's 3 and 3. And I already told you about this method in the previous video. Now that you know a bit more about index, we will use the concept to manipulate a list. Append, clear, remove, and more. You must be wondering why a list and not a tuple. You must remember that a tuple's values can never be changed. But we have a hack. You can convert the tuple into a list, change the list, and convert the list back into a tuple. That's enough for today. So long!